Well, taxes are just another data point that will go into the expense. So yes, you will look at not only what the taxes are now, but what will the taxes be upon an acquisition. And that's a title search, which is just one of the components of the due diligence checklist. So again, there's there's underwriting checklists, there's due diligence checklists. So often people just call it due diligence. It's not. The underwriting is to determine valuation. The due diligence checklist is determine the verification and are we good to move forward. You have to go through both checklists. A due diligence checklist of verification is standard. There really is no special sauce from a sponsor to understand that if the environmental report says, there's asbestos, there's nothing special to that. It's truly the underwriting, what many people call due diligence, we call underwriting, which is the secret sauce of what does a sponsor really think the property is worth. Then they compare that to what the seller thinks it's worth. And then the secret sauce is, can the sponsor get the seller to come down to the sponsor's price? Because if so, you can make money. And if not, then you're taking more risks on what the exit may be. We prefer to go on site and put hands on walls just to see things for ourselves. If we're not able to, then we would typically contract with a firm that would go and do either live stream video or take photos to send to us. That is standard. It's not real. Once you get to that verification, it's environmental, it's structural, it's title, it's those are things that need to be done. It's not what the client or sponsor would like to get done. The list is typically around environmental, structural, which are the two big ones that you need to get resolved. Not because it's a decision of should I buy or not buy. That's typically a decision, will I get a mortgage or not get a mortgage, which we haven't even discussed yet, which is also part of this due diligence underwriting process, trying to get initial mortgage approval to see if you can move forward. But let's keep that out of the equation. But it's much more of a factor today than it was perhaps 2 or 3 years ago. But what's critically important is typically this is how you have to break it down. What's the structure of the property look like? What does the land look like? What does the environment of the land and the structure look like? There's many different firms that will do different types of research and confirmation reporting, but that's what it comes down to: structure, land, and the environment of both of them.